Hello, hi, welcome back to another video from Desi ASMR. This is going to be another cooking video. We are going to be cooking some paneer. So I've got a packet of paneer or Indian cottage cheese. We are just gonna put it into a bowl and we are gonna crumble it up a little bit. We are just making little crumbs of paneer. We are not gonna crush it completely, but we are going to put a little bit pressure to make sure that the paneer is having a good texture, almost like a scrambled egg. So just to make sure that we have tiny little piece of paneer, but not too powdery or not too crushed up. So it's gonna take a bit of time. You could also use your hands if you're okay with it, but I prefer using a spoon because that makes that feels like more convenient for me. So I'm gonna use a big steel spatula to make the little crumbs of paneer. Just make sure it's evenly crushed, and we're done right now. I'm just gonna keep it aside and I will go the onion. We are gonna roughly chop it. That must be needed for the masala. We need the onions for the masala that we need for the paneer burji. This is going to be a paneer egg burji. So we just randomly roughly chop the onions. We just make tiny little pieces of onions. So my previous knife was not too sharp, so I had to change my knife. So we just chop it, chop it, chop it, chop it, chop it, chop it, chop, 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 and we make little chops of onion. And after that, we make sure we have a ripe tomato. Okay, make sure you have a really ripe tomato to for the paneer burji to taste better. We need it to be little watery. We don't want it to be completely dry, so we just keep the onions aside. I'm now just trying to clean the tabletop a little bit. I'm just trying to clean the tabletop a little bit right now. I have got little chunks of onions left over. So we always say we clean as you go. Clean as you go, that's much better when you're trying to cook. Now we take the we take the tomato and we cut it into small dices. Just like we did with the onion, we roughly chop it. We roughly chop it into small chunks, not too big, not too small. See, that's it. We're done with the tomatoes. The new knife is pretty sharp. That's much better. Now we're done with onion. We just need a little cleaning up with the chopping board. We're just gonna clean it up a little bit. Now, what else we need right now? We need some green chilies. We need some green chilies. Also, we need some ginger garlic paste. I have got ready-made ginger garlic paste in a packet over there. And now we got the onions. We got the tomato. We got the ginger garlic paste. Also, we got the crumpled paneer pieces. Now I've got two green chilies. It's not too spicy, but a moderate level of spiciness. So we are going to gently chop it into fine pieces. Just make sure that it's not too big because you don't want to take a big bite of chili while having your paneer. Maybe people who are less tolerant to spice might find it difficult. So let's make sure we have tiny bits of green chili. And now let's transfer it to another plate. And now we are almost done with the mise. Now we have to get some coriander, freshly chopped green coriander leaves. We roughly chop it, like the onion and the tomato, and we make sure we put it in a bowl of fresh water. to keep it fresh until we cook the entire recipe, just to make sure that it stays fresh. We add a little bit water onto the bowl, and we also need 2 chicken eggs, which need to be added after the paneer is cooked well. So let's clean it up a little bit. I always like to clean it as I go. That's what I prefer to do. So I'm not a great cook, as you know. You could get to know that from the way I chop my vegetables. But oh goodness, like people do like cooking ASMR videos, you know. Cooking ASMR, I mean, cooking videos require a lot of time to do. I really appreciate people who does cooking ASMR. Now that we have got all the ingredients for the recipe, eggs, tomato, onions, coriander, paneer, and ginger garlic, now heat up a pan, add some coconut oil or whatever oil you would like to, heat it up a little bit, and once the oil starts to get heated up, now it's time to add some cumin seeds, a little bit, not too much, probably like a half teaspoon. Half teaspoon would be good. Now once it splutters, I want you to add some methi leaves, but I forgot to add that. So just make sure you add some methi leaves if you have some. And once it splutters, now it's time to add the chopped onions. Now it's time to add the chopped onions and fry it until it's golden brown or even little transparent. You can also add the green chilies, also a little bit salt to make sure the onion get roasted fast. You could add like a half a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon would be good. Now just make sure you stir it continuously if you're putting it on high flame. And now it's time to add some ginger garlic paste. It's a ready-made one. You could also go with the homemade one. You just mix it up really well until the raw smell of ginger garlic paste goes away. You can just keep it on high flame and stir it until it's fried a little bit. But you don't have to roast it. Just make sure the raw smell is gone. That's all. Let's mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it. Let's mix it. Now it's time to add the tomatoes, chopped tomatoes, and again mix it well. Mix it until it's soft and mushy. Soft and mushy means the tomato is well cooked. So that's time when you can add the masalas and all the other powders. So I believe now it's time. No, it still needs some more time until it's soft and cooked well. We don't want the tomato to have any raw taste. So let's wait for a little bit more until it's completely well done. Now it's time to add some turmeric powder, half a teaspoon. Now let's see what else we are going to add. Again, I'm telling you, I'm not a very good person at cooking. I'm just trying to do my passion. So my cooking videos would not have the quality of the normal cooking videos that you might see online. So bear with me there. Some coriander powder, and even the lighting should look bad. Some Kashmiri chili powder, almost a teaspoon of Kashmiri chili powder, and also half a teaspoon of pepper powder. Uh, all those depends upon your spice levels. cooking videos generally need some good angles and good camera placement and really good skill at cooking as well. So that's some essentials for cooking videos, and it's gonna take too much of editing because that's going to be a long process and people would not be interested to see all the complete process. So, but I would make more of it if you really love to see cooking videos. Now it's time to add the paneer. We are gonna add the paneer, crumbled paneer, and mix it well. We gotta fry it for another 2 minutes. Paneer does not have much high cooking time, but at least for 2 to 3 minutes to make sure it's perfectly tasty and cooked. We add a little bit more of salt. This paneer is unsalted, so we really have to add salt. Now we mix it well, and now we quickly stir it on high flame until it's completely cooked, and maybe turn a little bit golden brown. Okay, now the paneer is completely cooked, and we are going to add the eggs that we have got. That's two eggs, two whole eggs. We add that and we cover it a little bit until the egg is slightly cooked. We cover it until the egg is slightly cooked for more like 30 seconds. We do not want the egg to be overcooked. Make sure your egg is not overcooked when you do this recipe because that would make it really dry. So now it's time to cook it. Just stir the egg and cook it up. Make sure it's not overcooked. And maybe you could do the 8 motion to make sure you reach every part of the pot. Now we can see the egg is slightly getting cooked and it's almost time to get it done with. Maybe you could add a little bit more flame to speed up the cooking a little bit, but I would recommend you to keep it on the simmer because you might burn or overcook the egg. Now it's time to add some coriander leaves to add the flavor. Or maybe we're adding a little bit of more pepper, black pepper. And now the coriander leaves, I believe. Now the coriander leaves, yes. Now the coriander leaves and we again mix it well. And we are done with the paneer egg burji. We are done with the paneer egg burji now. Now it's all ready to be served. We can now switch off the flame and we go to serve it into a dish. Now let me take a pot to serve it with. This dish is extremely protein rich because it has got both egg and paneer. It's a very good source of protein and you could have it just like a snack with a spoon, or you could also have with rice or roti or any other kind of bread, whichever you're comfortable with. I just had it as a snack. Also, I had a little bit of it with roti. So that's the final result of the paneer egg burji. Let me have a taste of it. Looks good and tastes nice. Do check it out. Goodbye.